Hey everybody, it's Anna. Time for our final card in this week's tarot story. So today we have the Six of Cups reversed. So this tarot story, we've been bouncing between Pentacles and Cups. And Cups are connected to intuition. That's part of your internal life. And Pentacles are connected to the physical realms, right? So we can see this lovely connection, which is a connection between the inner and the outer. As it is within, so it is without. So our inner states and our outer states are reflecting and responding to each other, which is just nice to remember. So in this case, we've got the Six of Cups reversed. And the number 6 is connected to feeling in harmony and integrity. And Cups are about your heart, your intuition, connecting with other people, and feeling emotionally fulfilled in the world. So the image here is two children sharing cups of flowers with each other. So it's an idyllic scene of innocence. Their hearts are open, they're in integrity, there's no conflict between them. They're just relaxed and connecting in a very heartfelt way. There's also an adult right here who's leaving the scene, which I always think of as the adult. The adult is leaving the scene along with the history and the jadedness and what's possible, what's not possible, all the limitations. And now you've just got these children who are open to magic. They're open, their hearts are open, and they're ready to engage the magical present moment. So I always say that with this card, there's a difference between naivete and innocence. The reason this is reversed, right? This came to us reversed, which means the mind is not necessarily agreeing to this level of innocence. And that's because the mind thinks it's probably dangerous or irresponsible. And the reason the mind thinks this way is because the mind knows bad things can happen and it wants to prevent those bad things from happening, right? Okay, so as I was saying before, the mind is afraid this is naivete. And naivete is when you expect good things to happen all the time because you haven't had any conflicting experiences. Nothing bad's ever happened, so you think, oh, things are always going to go my way, which is kind of what we see in the Fool card in the Major Arcana. Like, I don't have any experiences that contradict my belief that I'm beloved and I'm safe and everything is fine in the world, right? Now, naivete, though, is different than innocence. Innocence is a choice you make when you know bad things can happen, but you choose to come to the world with an open heart and open eyes anyway. So for the mind to buy in to letting down its guard, you have to acknowledge that, yes, bad things can happen. We can get hurt. We will actually get hurt. And ultimately, we will die. So even if you put your guard up, you're actually not going to avoid that. So again, we're asking the mind to think logically. Even if we put our guards up, putting our guards up just means that we can't receive love and we can't connect, which is miserable, right? We're not built to do that. So if you put the guards up, you're going to block us from all the magic, all the fun, all the connection of being alive. And you're also not going to accomplish what you want, which is to avoid harm. So what we want to say is that we want to help the mind we want to take seriously the mind's concerns about pain. The reason the mind is objecting is probably because there's still a live pain point inside of us and the mind can't ignore that, right? So what we want to do is bring healing to the pain point, which is something that is accessible. It's actually accessible, not to the mind, but to the soul. So we want to acknowledge that there needs to be healing. For the mind to agree to this, we have to heal whatever present challenge the mind is facing. And then we support and encourage the mind that yes, very likely we'll get hurt again. It's almost guaranteed we're going to get hurt again. But when that happens, we're going to do it. I'm going to support you, heal you. We're going to make it through that. And in the meantime, we're going to have connection. And that, on the whole, is a better life for us. Now, this is specifically usually true for people who are intuitive, not linear people. Linear people seem to be able to function in a sustainable way without carrying some jadedness, like carrying some history and some story and like maybe grudges. They almost energetically, it seems like they can pull that off. If you're intuitive, it's actually the history, the gravity, the heaviness of the old stories are really problematic because you can't expand properly if your mind's constantly guarding. So really, when it's time to expand, whatever guards are outside that expansion, they have to fall or you don't expand, which is kind of it's untenable for an intuitive. Like, we have to have room for expansion. So the mind has to learn that every time we ask it to expand, we're agreeing that we are more vulnerable in the world. We're a bigger target. We're becoming more visible. All that is a risk, but it's a reasonable risk because we're also growing in power and joy and magic, and we are able to solve the pain points. Whenever we get hurt again, we can solve it. So it's about helping the mind know that it's safe. It's actually safe to grow, and it's better to grow. So it's better to come to the world with innocence, because that's where all the magic is. That's where all the juice is. So yeah, I think this week is about recognizing the mind's challenge points, taking them seriously, and solving them. And once you do, then the mind can become a more equitable partner with the intuition. That's our Torah story for this week. See you next time. Bye.